The intent of this video was not to scare you, but to give you a worst case scenario so you are not blindsided. You know exactly what the worst case is when you start down this road. Many of these expectations apply to both pier and beam foundations and slab-on-grade foundations. Let's get started on what to expect before foundation repairs begin. Expectation number 1. If your foundation problems are the result of something else, get that solved first. Don't throw money at a problem without solving the cause. Otherwise, you'll just pay for foundation repairs again later. Do you need gutters? Improve drainage around the house. Is there improper slope leading all water towards the house foundation? Do trees need to be removed? Are sprinkler heads too close to your house and need to be redirected or moved further away? These sprinklers are too close to the house, causing foundation problems. Mortar is permeable, allowing water behind the stone veneer. Continuously wet from sprinklers throughout the day, the cardboard waterproofing behind this veneer will eventually soak into the wood frame. Personal experience here, we had 2 houses requiring foundation repairs. On the first house, we removed a failing handicap ramp, which was holding moisture against the house. The second house needed gutters to help direct water away from the foundation. Expectation number 2, complete all foundation repairs before starting any other renovation. Any shift in the foundation may ruin anything above it. Completing a renovation or a work in progress while finishing repairs on the foundation is an alternate version of Russian roulette. For instance, we completed the foundation work before putting on a new roof on one of the houses. By leveling the house first, there's no additional stress on the top layer of the house, preventing stretching or buckling of the new roofing materials. Expectation number 3, clear the area around the entire perimeter of the house. First off, foundation repair contractors need access to the crawl space when it comes to pier and beam foundations. They'll also need access to their perimeter. Slab foundations may need additional piers. These piers require digging around the outside of the foundation for access to put them in place. Even a pier and beam foundation may need some trenching during the repair process. As you can see, a 5-foot hole was dug to pour a new footing below the previous foundation, which you can see the foundation was only a few inches below the brick stem wall. You just never know what you'll discover once you start repairs. There's no getting around. There will be damage to grass and plants. Temporarily replanting is your best bet. Make sure you consider plants all around the perimeter of your house because the contractor may need access anywhere and possibly everywhere. Here you can see the stacks of lumber and cement columns are staged for the foundation repairs. Heavy piles of materials may cause lawn damage. Likewise, piles of rotten floor joists and beams and piles of dirt from trenching below the house can also cause lawn issues. Any outdoor furniture, toys, and equipment should be moved out of the way. Expectation number 4, obvious but for completeness, the house will move. The motion of the repair may shift items around. Protect valuables, wall hangings, and delicate items by placing them in safe places during the foundation repairs. Expectation number 5, don't wait. Foundation repairs get worse over time, meaning the final bill will be more expensive the longer you allow the foundation to deteriorate. Definitely get bids before thinking it's more than you can afford at the moment. At the same time, foundation repair may or may not be expensive. You don't know until you ask. Moving on, here's what to expect during foundation repairs. Expectation number 6, it will be noisy. 20-ton jacks crank the house up. Sister joists are hammered into place. Heavy equipment and power tools may be used. Tapping, hammering, sawing. Motor noise and possibly cursing is the norm. In our case, the hardwood flooring nails extended well into the crawl space. If you forget and your head gets anywhere near the subfloor, you are not so gently reminded with the pointed end of a nail. Like I said, foundation repairs are loud, especially when you hit your head on any one of these nails. Consider finding a hideout away from home for your pets. The same applies to kids. Children who need naps will not be getting a nap at the house on the day of foundation repairs. Small ears may overhear some language, especially given the nail situation I just showed you. Expectation number 7, expect repairs inside the house. Lots of repairs. Cracks and buckling started forming as the house settled over time. This isn't just limited to drywall, but to all systems of the house. The roof, framing, plumbing, flooring, etc. As nice as it would seem to simply put it back and the cracks disappear, that isn't exactly quite how it ends up working. Instead, expect more cracks and buckling to appear as the house is jacked back up and re-leveled. Drywall is the most obvious repair. Paper and gypsum easily crack. Expect drywall repairs inside the house during and after the foundation work. In our experience with one house, almost every window had anywhere from 1 to 4 cracks going from the window to the ceiling or the window to the floor. Doors may need some tweaking to bring them back to level and close properly. You're looking at the crazy gap that appeared between the doorway, wall, and floor mid-repair. Windows may be more difficult to open and close if they were replaced while the house was out of level. But hey, they also may be more difficult to open even if they are original. Similar to drywall, crown molding and baseboard can pop off or show gaps as the repairs are completed. Here we're looking at crown molding coming off during foundation work. Notice the drywall crack above the doorway too. Plumbing systems with little give may break or separate. Plumbing is supposed to run below the slab inside of a sheathing, allowing shifting and moving expected in a slab to leave the plumbing unaffected. The sheathing also serves as a protective measure against water and other minerals in the soil from eating at the outside of the pipe. These measures may not be enough. As part of the house sinks, it pushes the plumbing further into the ground. When the house is lifted, the embedded plumbing wants to stay where it is. This kind of suction pulling action can easily break a line. You can't be sure of what you have since you can't see it. If you're particularly unlucky, hard line plumbing, such as the copper you see here, will be embedded improperly in the slab. This means plumbing is more likely to separate during the initial shift, causing a hard to detect leak below the flooring. Or it can cause a crimp in the line where a leak occurs during or after the foundation repair. While all homes are not created equal, even if your home is plumbed properly below the slab, you may just have bad luck and the plumbing separates. It's better to know as soon as possible before tiles start popping off due to a waterlogged concrete slab foundation. You may want to test before and after foundation repairs to make sure that your plumbing supply didn't suffer any damage. A plumber can assist you with this kind of testing. A follow-on video on how you can do this yourself is in the works and it will be here and in the description as soon as it comes out. But wouldn't it be nice if there was such a thing as a whole house water monitor so you would know as soon as a leak occurs on your phone? Oh, but there is. Well, 99% of the time, you just want to detect normal leaks with a whole house water monitor. Detecting a leak as soon as it happens during foundation repairs is a huge benefit of a whole house water monitor. It just makes sense that you're more at risk to have a leak during foundation repairs than just every day when your house is sitting there. Here's a screenshot of the Fin app where you can see the current flow rate. Here's another screenshot of the Fin app when a small drip is detected. This is a soft kickoff on an entire video series I'm doing on whole house water monitors starting in a couple of weeks. I'll update the description when it starts coming out. As for the water exiting your home, that's another matter entirely. While it can be a major issue, it's not as if there's a constant stream of water attempting to shoot out the line, as is the case on the supply plumbing side. Still, you may want to have your egress plumbing scoped. Harder surfaces with little to no give, such as tile, may crack. Grout may need to be redone. In a worst-case scenario, an entire floor may need replacing. Many caulk joints where two surfaces meet will need the old caulking removed and replaced. As you can see here, the bathtub separated from the tile floor, or the tile floor separated from the bathtub. Your call, but in either case, the crack in between needed new caulk as well as the adjoining tile surround. Trusses or other supporting framing may twist and shift. Bowed and cracked bracing may need to be replaced. Foundation repairs can find framing and roofing problems. Foundation repairs are how we discovered the latest AC company had compromised the structure of the roof and house by cutting through and removing some of the trusses. If you see cracks in your ceiling with buckling, look at the framing above. Not just what's there, but what should be there. Expectation number 8, expect work outside of your house. Brickwork and stone on the exterior may need repointing. If the cracks are big enough, some replacing may be in order. If the sill plate or rim joists are replaced, the siding is coming off. If you have vinyl siding, it may be possible to remove it and then snap it back into place. Our vinyl siding was higher quality with some insulation backing. It was also fairly new, so it had some give. If your vinyl siding is older, it may crack and need replacing. This would only be a patch. However, you may have complications. Perhaps your siding isn't easily available. There could be noticeable fading from the sun where a newer piece is darker and the rest of the house is lighter. Or maybe the vinyl siding has a different color batch. If you have wood siding, it may be able to be reattached with some painting. If the rot was so bad it extends into the siding, you may have to replace a few rows. Siding is generally outside of the contract unless explicitly stated. In our experience, one team offered to replace the siding for a fee. The other worked with us to replace the siding since we had pitched in during the rest of the process. This is just another reason why you shouldn't be afraid to go under your house or overcome that fear. Be that girl. Go out there and get it done and see for yourself. Or be that guy. I'm totally there with you too. Also remember to replace any removed waterproofing under the siding that was removed. The old waterproofing should overlap over the new waterproofing. Expect to replace waterproofing on any siding removed during foundation repairs. Outside faucets. Of all places, why is it the siding seems to get taken off around a hose bib? Perhaps it's because it's the cause of some framing damage due to water leaking. More than likely, not just to annoy us with replacing more complicated pieces of siding. If you have an active leak, you might also be calling a plumber, stopping the damage to the foundation below. In any case, there might be some repairs to the siding around a hose bib. In both cases, we took the opportunity to change out the old gate valves and installed new quarter-turn valves. Nowadays, we would replace these with frost-free hose bibs. We would also install a PEX maintenance loop to make maintenance on the next replacement easier. Gutters. Downspouts may get bumped or fall off with the movement. Make an extra pass around the outside of the house to make sure your gutters, downspouts, and trays are all in their proper place. Expectation number 9. Concrete areas such as driveways and garages may need breakouts. Breakouts are holes needed to access the foundation in concrete around and inside the house. Driveways and garages are two common examples where slab foundation repairs need access to these large areas. After the work is complete, they will be patched, but know that while necessary, they may look patched going forward. Expectation number 10. Expect to find more problems and budget for project creep. Better to do it now than have a repeat visit when further damage is done to the interior of the house. Both of our foundations ended up costing more due to unexpected dry rot. Expectation number 11, enjoy the ride. Many foundation repairs are more expensive than a trip to Disney World. If you're inside when the house is lifted and lowered, you might as well enjoy your personal roller coaster ride. At least your floors won't feel like a roller coaster when the job is complete. Expectation number 12, take a morale boost when you get it. This might be an unfun, stressful, and expensive day or multiple days. Any morale boost is a good thing. Here we have smiles all around with all hands on deck. Our pint-sized helper stuck around to find nails we needed to remove. Keeping smiles on the foundation company crew too. That's all bad enough, but wait, there's more. Here's what to expect after foundation repairs. Expectation lucky 13, check the boots on all roof penetration. Boots on vent stacks shift and move with repairs. If they are lifted up, they won't automatically go down by themselves. If they're left up, there will be a gap allowing rain to travel down the pipe, causing secondary damage with insulation and drywall repairs. Likewise, any cracks that form in tar or caulk should get replaced or recoated to seal the gap. I wouldn't expect the foundation company to go on your roof, as their main job is on the ground. Instead, you'll need to go up and push them back into position. Expectation 14, wait for settling. Instead of fixing the drywall right away, you should consider letting the house settle for a few weeks or months. It may take some time to see if cracks become smaller or larger. You'd hate to make repairs only to have them reappear again. Then it's on to taping, floating, sanding, priming, and painting. What number are we on? Expectation number 15, keep tabs on backfill. If you have a slab foundation repair, digging is required to put in additional piers. The removed dirt is backfilled. If not, that is a serious problem. The dirt will settle over time. If there's not enough, this allows water to pool along the foundation, creating another opportunity for foundation problems. On the other hand, if there's too much backfill and it's piled up too high, all the way up to your siding, you have another problem. If you have a brick or stone veneer, there are weep holes along the bottom to allow water behind the stone to exit. If you have some kind of wood or other exterior cladding, backfill along the bottom can store water and cause siding to fail prematurely, along with the base plate and framing along the bottom of the wall. Expectation 16, selling soon? It's a catch-22. Foundation damage discovered on a home inspection is bad news. If you follow through on foundation repairs, or if you complete a repair prior to going on the market, you're potentially looking at a lot of work fixing the repercussions. While foundation repairs may be necessary, all of those consequences we just went over may make your home harder to sell. If too many repairs are obvious, a potential buyer is going to wonder what's wrong. But you've already had the foundation repaired. In all reality, the expensive work is done. A potential buyer may not appreciate your problem solving and keep looking at other homes. Many obvious consequences are minimal in comparison to a broken foundation, but if they're not fixed properly, you end up holding the bag in the end because no one wants to buy a damaged home, or they'll want a significant price reduction. This certainly has turned into a doom and gloom video, but in all reality, this is a high risk and high effort job. This is a necessary evil when you have to have these foundation repairs done. Definitely bring up any questions or concerns you may have up to the contractors you're interviewing during the bidding process. You may want to check out my other foundation videos on how different repair contractors may fix your foundation, as well as how do you pick the best foundation repair contractor. That video also includes a checklist on what to ask. Now it's your turn. Do you have any observations on what other people should expect from foundation repairs? Comments are open.